Hey, what do you say, whole heads? Happy Friday morning and welcome. Bright and early. Well, I can at least attest to the early part. Heinerman will have to be the bright part of this morning. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, Manheim, Pennsylvania. We find ourselves at the original Spooky Nook complex here in Manheim, and things are underway. Juniors, women's, and seniors are happening right now. We've got a lower bracket match between Will Lutz and Logan Collins. Logan Collins comes in as the number one seed, and I think Carter Carey and Isaac Hurt are going to be battling over on court one here in just a moment, as Isaac Hurt was put into the losers bracket by Hunter Houts. Hunter will face off with Jacob Bagley here in just a little while, but these guys getting ready. Well, they are already underway, as a matter of fact. Will Lutz jumps out to a 2-0 lead. He's throwing the man bags D20s. Logan Collins throwing big D bags, I do believe, which gives me an opportunity to welcome our bag partners here that are on site. Man bags, RTP, Average Joe's, Cornhole, and Hammer Time bags, all represented here in-house as the juniors, seniors, and women's are underway in one of three Spooky Nook complexes around the country. In fact, I was not aware of the third complex, as a matter of fact, but I guess since about 2018, the old Lanco Fieldhouse here in southeastern Pennsylvania, also part of the Spooky Nook family. East Petersburg is the area, but here in Manheim, we are at the original complex, which is over 1 million square feet of unbelievableness. Is that a word? I don't know, but glad to have you along if you're checking things out on the YouTube channel. Good to see you here. Are we also on Facebook? Are we rolling on both today? Yeah, all right, fantastic. And then I know everybody's going to get rolling out in Vegas here in just a little while, so we'll keep you posted as to what's happening out there. As a matter of fact, so again, Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO here at center court, and Heinerman to my left, and Cornhole to the center. A couple of Washingtons right there. Puts Logan Collins up now 3-2 over Will Lutz. Vegas, I think Candler and Gears are running point out there at the Westin Vegas Resort Complex out there. Our first time visiting that facility. Been here a number of times. Really like this facility, and so much going on. Last night when we were setting up, they had field hockey, women's field hockey, and by women's I mean it looked like maybe middle school or high school field hockey going on out here. And to be honest with you, being from Louisville, Kentucky, we had women's field. Yeah, and apparently it's almost you could probably do an axe chopping contest as well, and have the same physical skill set necessary to be good at it. They were going after it out here, and I dated a young lady who played field hockey, but it seemed like lacrosse kind of took over everywhere else. But field hockey, if you're wondering, is alive and well here in south central, southeastern Pennsylvania. So we'll find out whether or not they're hammering away at it a little bit later on today as these two continue to battle one another. Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, taking a weekend off, I do believe. I don't believe he is in Vegas, and I think he is just kind of hanging back. So we'll have more from him coming up here soon, and we'll hit the schedule coming up as well, just to let you know where we're going to be in the coming weeks and months here for the ACO. Let's see what's going on. Isaac Hurt is currently up over Carter Carey 6-0 in the lower part of the bracket. Again, Hunter Houts put Isaac down into the losers bracket with a 21-17 victory just moments ago. As we are in round number 6 here on center court. Don't know what you're up to. If you're blowing off a little bit of work and got us up on the big screen, love to find out where you're watching from. As always, who you've got picked. If you've seen the roll call for all the different divisions here, I think we have 18 pros involved in the singles, so that takes us up over 100 players in singles. We'll have tomorrow afternoon, of course, with doubles, but later today, co-ed. We'll have the quads. We'll have the big blind draw, and we'll have 3 champions crowned in juniors, premier, women's, and in seniors. So Logan Collins continues to hold on to the 11-4 lead, lets one loose off the backside. And that one kicks off the back as well from Will Lutz. They'll tally up the scores here with a couple in the backyard right now. So it looks like that's going to be a 7-4. Yes, indeed, heading into round number 8. See if I can pull this up here and get a sense of where everybody's watching from. I can look at brackets, chew gum, and do all of this at the same time, I promise. Maybe. Possibly. We shall see. Everyone seems to be marveling in the magnificence that is my Shuffleboard Championship jersey here behind the announce table, so I appreciate all of the high fives and kudos I've received for being such an aficionado in the world of tabletop shuffleboard. Of course, my cohort here, I'm sure, is sitting there thinking to himself, give me one shot at you, I'll take you down, I'll smoke you, you won't even get a point on me. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. Never to be beaten in anything, anywhere, ever, at any time. Oh, goodness. Yeah, don't even think about it. Okay, right on 8. Yeah. All right, so 16 on 4 now. Logan Collins is he's been dubbed the real deal actually by Justin McDaniel. Played against him in a regional 2 weeks ago, and he is a shooter. Big shoots. William Taylor throwing his hat in the ring for Elite Bags, LFGGG. So that's go, 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 go. Harold, what's up, buddy? Eastern Kentucky, he's throwing his hat in the ring for Logan. All three of those drop. This could potentially do it. He just decided what he's going to do. Got that thumb grip. Is he going to try to roll around it? He does. Just misses off to the top right-hand side around 1 o'clock. Slick side down to try to take 2, and 2 do go. All right, so what's that going to be? A 10 on 8, so he'll pick up a couple more. That'll put Logan on 18. See what else is going on here. Now, the question is, I know I said that I have a massive skill set here. Can I watch the Facebook feed and at the same time watch the YouTube feed for commentary? Let's find out, shall we? Like I said, it is bright and early. I'm the early part. Manheim Major. And there we go. Let us know where you're watching from, Harold. I know you got Kentucky covered, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see if we got any chat going on. A. Snyder, 45, throwing it in for Logan as well. Gordon Reed, good morning. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for checking it out. It's a 7 on 5. That puts Logan on 20. So I'll just be bouncing back and forth here from the comments. Picture looks great. Love the facility here. The colors look good. The lighting is good. Yeoman's work once again done by the great and powerful Oz behind the scenes. Isaac Hurt right now up 12-4 on court 1 over Carter Carey. Carter, I think, throwing Why So Serious gin bags, if I'm not mistaken. All right, well. Yeah, I think that's going to finish it off. 2 in the backyard from Will, so that's going to put Logan up 21-4. That will move him along here in the lower half of the bracket, who will face off against the winner of Isaac Hurt and Carter Carey, which continues on over on court 1. Can kind of eyeball that out of the corner of my peripheral vision. We got a winner's bracket game coming. Jacob Bagley and Hunter Houts coming this way. So we will continue to work our way into a Juniors Premier Championship. I'll tell you what, while we have a quick break here, went over to the fitness center. Yeah, that place is amazing. We went upstairs and we were looking at all the machines yesterday just to see all the different things that I am incapable of doing. And then I went down and I did walk the track, which at least at this point, since I didn't have any gum in my mouth, I was able to do. But there are more machines lining all the way around that track. And there were some, I would imagine that the more muscular folk come in before work and we're working out. You had a lot of big boys down there. There were some big boys and some young ladies. All right, hammered. Fido's hammer time. Right on, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you. And so Hunter Houts is also throwing the Fidos. I think Jacob is as well. Are they both throwing them? I think so. Now, I am saying Fido phonetically because it's not spelled like you would expect it to be spelled. per the dog's name, but these two will take their warm-up shots. But, yeah, man, there were some big boys and there were some women down there that were absolutely putting me to shame. I was like, whew, they were doing some of those shoulder presses, and you could, like you heard the pop, 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 pop when their back muscles were popping out. I'm like, whew. I think maybe I'm supposed to be here later in the day down here in this fitness center. Like I told you on the way over there, we're supposed to be at Planet Fitness. No Judgment Zone, is that what that one's called? The No Judgment Zone? Well, I told you, to me, fitness used to mean fitness whole pizza in my belly. So just the fact that I went down to the track today was a step forward, quite a few steps, 3 miles worth of them, as a matter of fact, ahead of time. What else? Grayson Waller. The Grayson Waller effect, 3-3-2-1. Doing a left kit and watching and listening. Right on. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're doing it because I'm sure it needs to be done. Lift kit. I'm guessing lift kit, not a left kit. I know what a lift kit is. Mishawaka, Indiana, checking in, Alex. Mark Brodeur, checking in for Will. What up, Finn? See you in South Bend. All right, Multisport Allen B. I bet I know who that is. Looking forward to seeing everybody in South Bend for Thanksgiving weekend next weekend. Looking forward to seeing the ACO family out for another awesome family reunion. I'm going to see if I can get some seniors and women's results in here for you, let you know what's going on in those divisions. Let's see. Seniors and the women's is... Okay. Got a little trivia I'll throw your way here from Spooky Nook coming up. Right now, Kendall Cox is running rampant through the upper part of the women's bracket. She's getting ready to play the queen seed game against the winner of Tammy Williams and Joanne Martin. Tammy up 3-2 in that game. Ryan LaBelle, as always, texting me some sort of weirdo meme right at the worst possible time. Let's see. Miriam Navicki is awaiting the winner of Malini Heffelfinger, who's down 3-2 to Angie Bryant in the lower part of the bracket. Stacy Van Gilder and Brianna Nevis knotted at 14 in the lower bracket right now. So let's go back and take a look at seniors. Mike Walters down 2-1 to Kevin Cook. This is in the upper part of the bracket as 4-0 is the score here on center court in the juniors division. Hunter Houts holds that early 4-0 lead over Jacob Bagley. Brett Litton and seniors tied at 7 with Michael Akron. Let's see. Higginbotham and Hyder yet to get underway. Junior Williams up 19-12 over James Barkowitz. Scott Harper awaits the winner of that one. And let's see who's down low. Rex Urig awaits the winner of Rick Kyle and the loser of game number 13. Cheek Cheem, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, 3-1 over Tony Poindexter right now. Michael Sifford awaits the winner of that game. Gary Cook down 10-1 to Tracy Hartzell. And Greg Carey, it's a Carey family affair here in Manheim this weekend, 16-12 over Joseph Reed. So those are your updates in the seniors division. Isaac Hurt has advanced to take on Logan Collins with a 21-10 win over Carter Carey. Carter, one of our newer players here, but everybody playing in the Premier Division, so that's cool. And you've got eyeballs here on center court. Again, the Spooky Nook Manheim, Pennsylvania Sports Complex, just an amazing place, the precursor to the one in Hamilton that everyone seems to love so much for the ACO Cincinnati Major. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, former king of Cornhole and the guy who's usually running roughshod through the juniors division has lost to both of these players here on center court in the last two majors. I think Bagley took him out in, was it Atlantic City, you said? And Hunter took him out in this one to put him into the loser's bracket. Isaac already up over Logan Collins 2-0 on court number one as these two rack their scores. And I think that was was that Washington's right there? Oh, no, it was I don't know. No, I think that was Okay, yeah, I'm going back to now. We're in round 6, so that was a 12 on 8. Actually, he picked up 4, did Hunter, right there. Both of them throwing, I believe, the Hammer Time Fidos. Cheers to you if you're out and about this morning, just listening. That's great. If you're watching, love to know where you're watching from, what you're supposed to be doing instead of watching Cornhole. I don't care. I'm just glad you're watching. All right, that's going to leave one hanging right there. So that looks like that's going to be a 12 on 10. Is that going to put another couple in Hunter's pocket? Yes, it does. Let's see what's going on here comment-wise. Do. Ba-ba-ba-ba. AP Snyder, good morning. Yeah, I think I've seen you on both streams there, brother. Watching from Michigan. Jody Thurman from Blueprint. Good to see you there, brother. Lonnie is not here, William. He is not here. He is basking in the glory of his victory from last weekend. Somewhere. Matt Ledbetter, what's up? What that? Anybody still do that from the old Budweiser commercials? What that? Huh? Just me and Spuds McKenzie? Is that it? Oh, nice airmail right there. I'll tell you what, man, Hunter is dialed in. Got that flat bill working. Oh, it asked and answered there by Jacob, but that's going to be, I think that's going to be, is there anything? There's one off the back. I think there says that's going to be an 8 on 6. Yep. All right, so Jacob picks up a couple there to get off the proverbial schneid. Don't want you to think that I've forgotten about the schneid. It still exists. Nobody's in it on it in the Logan Collins-Isaac Hurt game, though. Those two are knotted at 3 over on center court. Derek Balcom, glad to see you checking in, hanging loose. See what's going on. I see Kendall Cox sitting across the way, so she must have very quickly taken that queen seat match, or she's still waiting on the winner of Tammy Williams and Joanne Martin. Tammy right up now 9-6, so Kendall sporting the RTP colors right there is waiting to pick that one up. Ooh, that's going to be a nice tally right there, I do believe, for Jacob. Yeah, he's going to add 6 to that one. 11-8. These two just rapid fire at one another. Sticky side down. Nobody playing a speed bag game, just a lot of placement. Little roll bag attempt right there that gets hung up at 3 o'clock. Then another one that just builds a little front side wall. He got that little grin on his face. What are you going to do about that? Oh, and he tries to run through it, misses it off the back. So Jacob wants to go down now and take a look and see what he can do there. I can't tell. He's sitting on top of, I think he's sitting on top of his own bag right there. So the decision now, is he going to be able to run all 3 of them, run it through? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jacob's front left and off to the right. So he's going to come in hot, try to knock him in. One goes off the back, takes 2 down. An opportunity now for Hunter to run through his. And he does. Hands jammed in pockets. Working his way down for collection. That's going to be a 9 on 7. So that's going to put 2 more in Jacob Bagley's pocket right there. So what started out as a bit of a house of fire for Hunter Hounts is now turned into a very tight game. Tammy Williams has opened up her lead 11-6 now. The winner faces Kendall Cox in the women's division. In seniors, Michael Akron is awaiting the winner. Well, the winner, he'll be facing Mike Walters, who just took out Kevin Cook 21-10. So those two will be facing off for the king seat, or no, to get into the king seat game in the seniors division. Scott Harper up over Junior Williams. Williams took down Barkowitz 21-14. Going to be a 12 on 8, it looks like there. $12 on 5. Oh, that's a 12 on 5. So I'll tell you what, how about Jacob Bagley making a hell of a comeback here on center court? Isaac Hurt up over Logan Collins 14-5, working his way back through the losers bracket. The winner of this one sits in the juniors premier king seat. Again, we've here in the ACO, we've split juniors into a nice bag right there, a roll bag up and over. That one did exactly what he was hoping it would do, leaving that bag in place. try to come up here and see if we can collect them all. You can play a blocker here. Is he going to roll up and over? Oh, he sits it up on top. And not exactly what he wanted to do, but minimize the damage here if this just runs through and takes 2. So that should be washing 10s. Oh, he left him hanging on the tater right there. And I was going to tell you something really super important. I totally forgot what it was. Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO. Hope you have an opportunity to catch Frank Gears, the Cornhole Dude, and yours truly on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Western, the Taco. TACO, talking ACO, all things about the ACO family. If you have any good news to share with us, we love that. If you need a little good juju out in the universe on your behalf, let us know about that. Taco at AmericanCornhole.com. Carter Lee Hurt welcomed into the world this past week, and I know I was talking to Rex Hurt. Isaac is here, but I was talking to Rex. I said, Grandpapa, he said, yeah, I talked to Becky last night. I said, how's the little guy doing? And she said, oh, he's still whimpering a little bit in the middle of the night. He goes, no, I'm talking about Caleb. I said, well, he probably was whimpering as well because he's not here. He's staying home on baby duty. Carter Lee Hurt, welcome to the Hurt Locker. If the rumors are true, he should be maxed out by Valentine's Day. And so there's just another Hurt to have to contend with right there as these two continue to build a fortified presence in front of and now in and amongst the hole. I think it's glued up pretty good, and Hunter wants to go down and take a look at it, as I would too, down 17-11. Wants to come down to see what's going on in the back because that bag he's got pinched up, he runs a risk of leaving that lay there. Nice sportsmanship there from Jacob. Hands him his bag. He's going to go slick side down and come in hot. Yeah, he's deciding right now. It looks like he's flipping it, gripped it, ripping it, coming in hot, doing exactly that. Drops one, leaves his out to the right and upside down. I cannot tell, but I think each of them have one sitting up on top. Jacob puts his in. Not going to do any chasing, just put that one. Ooh, and that one gets lost off the backside, and that is going to be, I think that's going to put him, is that going to put him on the Magic? No, that's going to do it. That's a 12 on 5, I think. Yeah. So 21-11. Jacob Bagley makes the comeback here on center court, and he will be holding the king seat here in the Premier Division. That's what I was going to tell you about, the two different juniors divisions, Challenger and Premier. So it allows you to come in as a new player in the juniors division, play at eye-level competition, and then a great opportunity for you to work your way into that Premier Division. Hardwood available to be won in both divisions, but Jacob Bagley right now holds the king seat spot, and he awaits the winner of Hunter Houts, who will face off against the winner of Isaac Hurt and Logan Collins. Right now, Isaac up 19-13 on court number 1. While we have a moment, let's see what's going on in seniors. Mike Walters and Michael Akron waiting to get underway to head into the king seat game. Brian Higginbotham up 6-1 over Richard Hyder. Junior Williams up 10-2 over Scott Harper. And in the lower bracket, Freddie Collier down 15-5 to Donald Rogers. Mike Silva awaits the winner of that one. James Barkowitz up 8-0 over Rick Kyle. Rex Urig awaits the winner of that one. I saw Rex walk in somewhere and somebody yelled across to him, I thought you were supposed to be in Vegas, damn it. Anyway, Cheek Cheem right now against Michael Sifford. They have yet to get underway and put a score up, but Cheek took down Tony Poindexter 21-1 to get there. Tracy Hartzell now down 3-2 to Greg Carey, and that pretty much wraps up what's happening in the seniors division. Kendall Cox still awaiting the winner of Tammy Williams and Joanne Martin. Tammy holds a 14-11 lead there in the upper part of the bracket. That will be for the queen seat game against Kendall Cox. Miriam Navicki and Angie Bryant still waiting to get up on the scoreboard. Haley Newsom awaits the winner of that game. Linda Smith up 11-9 over Kaylee Carey. Brianna Nevis awaits the winner of that game, and that brings you up to speed as to what is happening in the women's division here as well. And again, we find ourselves in a double dip weekend here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, the Spooky Nook Sports Complex, and then Vegas out at the Westin Las Vegas Hotel and Resort. Looks like a beautiful spot out there. The Cornhole Dude out there with Candler and Michael Mann and his crew, so holding down the desert for us as we have a little bit cooler temperatures here, maybe by only, 45 degrees here in Manheim, Pennsylvania, but a fantastic spot. And Isaac Hurt and Hunter Houts will be moving over here to center court. Hunter's going to shed his hoodie skin. See if maybe that was holding him back just a little bit. So the two of them will be getting underway. I know Isaac going to be throwing the big Ds. Hunter be unleashing the Hammer Time Fidos, I do believe, once again with that green design. It looks like we have our fifth and final bag partner here getting set up. I have to figure out exactly who is setting up right now. I see Stuart Graham over there. I don't know for a fact. Well, we'll find out. We'll let you know. Here comes former king of Cornhole and current new uncle, Isaac Hurt. Big D bags. Big D Bowie. B-O-W-I-E, like the knife. All right, the Big D Bowies. You were the first person to read that sign and actually do it. Thank you. So Uncle Isaac going to be throwing the Big D Bowies against the Hammer Time Fidos. And again, thanks to Hammer Time Cornhole, Average Joe's Cornhole, RTP, and Man Bags for being here on site, giving plenty of options. I see Carter Carey sitting over there, kind of eyeballing his future competition. Threw some pretty good bags earlier. Lost to Isaac 21-10 after losing to Jacob Bagley 21-6. But to be honest with you, he was throwing some pretty good stuff. Saw him out here warming up a little bit earlier as well. So we're about to find out which of these guys brought their A-plus game to center court. Hunter Houts, Isaac Hurt. Let's see what's going on back here on the stream. Who's got what to say about who? There he is. There's the Mississippi Ninja, Phil Barnett, and we apologize, Phil. We ran your we were so excited about your picks for last week. We ran them again at the end of the taco because we thought it was so well done. And then the Mississippi Ninjas picks for both Vegas and here in Manheim were both run as a special edition on the Facebook page. So make sure you check it out, and we'll go back and find out just how right and or who proved him wrong he might have been. So, Phil, appreciate you, brother. Can't wait to be side by side with you next week in South Bend for the big family reunion. That's always a fun one. Always have a good time. So let's see what else is happening over here on the YouTube channel. As apparently a dump truck is getting ready to roll into the room. Let's see. I don't see any new comments over here on the YouTubes. Zamboni, is that what it is? That sounds like it. Yeah, it's a big piece of. That's the noise I used to make when I would back into my chair, but things have changed just a little bit. Boy, a 12-on-6 right out the gate. Hunter Houts putting an early press on Uncle Isaac. It does sound like a Zamboni, but there's no ice around here. That guy's way off course. Nice roll bag right there from Hunter. Up and over Isaac's blocker. Isaac's going to try to move his blocker back into place. It does what it's supposed to do. Launches Hunter's off the backside. Going to come in and try to clean him up. Takes two, leaves one. Is he going to step outside and try to come in and get that, take advantage of that one off the back? Oh, there's an opportunity. We know he can do that smash and grab where he goes in and hits it hard and grabs that second bag and takes them both. Oh, and here it goes. And he does just that. Nicely done. So that's going to be a 12-on-4. Is he going to pick the 8 spot? 12-on-7. 12-on-7, one off the back there, yeah. All right, so looking forward to seeing it, like I said, in South Bend. If you're coming that way, we'll be leaving after Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, heading up, putting the rocket skates on to get set up Friday morning, and it should be big fun. It always is. The bar's always rocking, as are both rooms in the South Bend complex there. Uncle Isaac able to pull off knocking 2 in, losing 1 a little bit out to the left side, so this should be an easy deuce for Hunter, and it is. He adds to his tally. That'll take him to 8 on 5. Ashton Watkins says, let's go, Isaac Kirk. Come on. Phil here with you last year? Was Philip here with you last year in Manheim? Phil, if you're still listening, let me know. You don't remember much about last year, do you? Is that why Becky Hurt didn't come this year? Not because of the grandbaby? Yeah. It is kind of funny to ride up here with Heinerman and have him go, we're 10 feet away from somebody. He goes, oh, I remember that now. Not 10 miles out, 10 feet out. I remember that. Oh, I remember that, those stairs. All right, so these guys have created what my partner calls a big old pile of mess right there. I think there's only 1 down under. Yeah, what's that going to be? A 6 on 4, so Hunter picks up another couple, doubles up on Isaac, 10 to 5. Jacob Bagley sits in the king seat of the juniors premier division, and we are going to hold off on all the championship matches. So we have women's, juniors, and seniors, one right after another. So I'll bring you up to speed here in a moment as we catch a little bit of a break here on center court as to who's handling whom. Right now, Joanne Martin and Tammy Williams in a battle. Joanne now up 2 points, 19 to 17 over Tammy. Nice bag right there to run right up the middle. Isaac going to come in and try to collect both. He'll just take the 1, give up another 2. That puts Hunter on an even dozen. And as they... Oh, no, yeah, I was to say it took a second there for it to kick, but I thought he did. Let's see. In seniors right now, Michael Akron up 9 to 6 over Mike Walters as Hunter puts his first bag right up Main Street. Isaac follows with just a little drip bag into the lower left corner. Higgy and Junior Williams knotted at 0. Williams ended up taking out Scott Harper 21 to 10. And the lower end of the bracket, lower part of the bracket continues fighting against one another. I'll be curious to see. Oh, now it's going to be Joanne Martin. She took down Tammy Williams just moments ago, 21 to 17, advances to the queen seat game against Kendall Cox. That'll be happening over on court number 6. Nice pick up and collect right there. So that should be a 12 on 8. So that puts a 4 spot in Isaac Hurt's pocket. Gets him a little bit closer. Smiley across the way. Rex across the way, watching one of the limbs of his family tree continue to fight for it on center court. That blocker bag did a little number there. Nice roll bag to keep that blocker in place from Hunter. Isaac going to try to push that thing out of the way or at least make it useless to him, but now he's going to run right up and over. Oh, and he loses it out just a little bit to 11 o'clock, so opportunity there to run 3 through, and that's very nicely played there. 2 bags in a row. Hunter come in and just minimize that damage. Oh, and it takes advantage. Does Isaac of a little head game right there, and he ends up going from losing a couple to picking up a couple, so that makes it 12 on 11 as Kendall Cox and Joanne Martin get underway over in the women's division. These bags are stacked 2 completely different ways. Isaac has a little bit neater stack, and Hunter has gone for the haphazard pile, if you will, coming in, lay that blocker down right in front, reblock right up in behind it or in front of it, depending upon which one of us you normally listen to in any given broadcast, myself or Philip Barnett. Ooh, boy, and he went for the gusto, no pun intended there, and loses one off the back. And Hunter tried to smash and grab there, but left that one off to the side. Oh, and then that basically gives Hunter an opportunity to run up and clean him up and just, he's just going to lay low and just leave those sit up top. So that's going to be a, 8 on